Yes, yes, yes. Shalom, Chaverim. Shalom, shalom. Yes. Beginning right here. First day service. I think ones and ones, I think we're still on the after the Shabbat. Services right there. Hopefully ones and ones joining I right here. Shabbat Tov. Shabbat Tov, a good strong right here. Give thanks, fam. Hopefully ones and ones joining I right here. So we had the Balak. What a Torah portion reading and feeding right there. So much really embedded in the Balak portion. Hopefully we'll have the time right here to kind of break down and build up, like unpack, as I say, unpack this Torah reading and feeding. So Balak had hired Balaam to curse, but instead of cursing, right, the three times, even getting some of the details is really, really interesting. Some of the details. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Had cursed the people who could not be cursed. Right? He attempted to curse them, but could not curse them, but instead he blessed them. Right? But then what did he teach Balak? Right? He taught him basically that can't curse the people who's blessed, but if you can get them to curse themselves. Right? So the segue here from the 40th as we move forward in this new Shabua to the 41st right here, Phineas is very interesting. It's a key right here. So right here, right now, who Yah bless, who Yahweh bless, no man can curse. This brings out this particular fine lesson right here very, very well. So as ones and ones come into the gathering, as we gather here on the Eid and the Irit right here, first day service, Shabua Tob, Ma Tovu, Shabua Tawab, a good Shabua right here. So we have the Haftarah, right? The Haftarah coming forward. Now, I think I remember last week we had actually the Haftarah, usually it's a double portion, the 39th and the 40th, but because the leap year right here, they're read separately. Hopefully we have that queued up, coming forward. It's really a key word, right? Very key word. So we pick up Micah chapter 5, verses 6 to chapter 6, verse 8, the Micah reading. I'm calling for the Chaverim, the brothers, some ones and ones have asked I and seek to come forward to give reading, and hopefully looking forward as this year, in the 7 months, we come to the seventh month, Sukkot, to Tabernacles, in gathering at the end of the year, and then we begin again. So hopefully, y'all willing, in the beginning again. But here, just a couple words right here on this Torah reading and feeding for Parashat Balak, the curses that were turned into blessings. Balak, he received Bilaam, right, at the Moabite border, right? And he repeated his promises. Remember, Balak here is seeking to get Balaam. Who is Balaam? Balaam, some would say he's a false prophet, but then if he's a false prophet and then Yahweh constrained him to give his words, then we can't really call him a false prophet. But he is a wicked prophet. You know what I mean? For example, he is actually one who knows of Yahweh, but his business is cussing, is cursing. Right? This is why Balak hired him. He received Bilaam, not of the people, at the Moabite border, right? And repeated his promises. Balak repeated his promises of honor and glory because he's seeking to encourage, right? Balak is seeking to encourage Bilaam to do this. So he's probably thinking, well, maybe I got to let you know I'm going to give you a whole lot to do this. You know what I mean? It's going to be well worth your time to do this. Maybe you're just holding out, so forth and so on, even though it appears, according to the narrative, that Balaam is very clear. He cannot go beyond what Yahweh says. So this relationship, so to speak, that Bilam has, or he knows that Yahweh is the true God, the true Elohim, right? Bilam, he reiterated that the word that Elohim places in my mouth, that I will speak. And speaking of Elohim, he's speaking of Yahweh, right? So three times from three different vantage points, from three different points of view, Bilam is brought to curse, even though he said that he can only say what Yahweh places in his mouth, that alone he will speak. Bilam he did attempt to pronounce his curses, but each and every time, berkot, blessings, empowerments to prosper, blessings upon Yisrael, upon the Beit of Israel came. They were recited instead. Now, in the third attempt, the third time, right? The third attempt was at the summit, the Rosh, the head, the top of the place called Peor itself. Now, this place is connected with the Baal worship. The place, even later on, we get the name of the place as Baal Peor, as the Lord, the husband of the opening. But here we have the Ruach HaKodesh coming upon Bilam, and he recited further berkot, further blessing, empowerments to prosper upon the Beit Yisrael, upon the Beit of Israel. But there's something very interesting too. Ironically, right? Ironically, he also curses Yisrael's enemies, and that includes Balak, the one who is actually trying to hire him to curse Yisrael. So this brings out the point of like the curse, like a curse being turned into a baraka, a curse being turned into a blessing, right? So part of Bilaam's baraka, as we mentioned before, is now part of the daily morning service, the daily dawning service. I think we need to touch on that right here, just show the connection, right? The connection here, the Ma Tovu. In Numbers chapter 24, verse 5, we have Ma Tovu. Oh, haleka Yaakov, mishkanoteka Yisrael. How goodly are your tents, O Jacob. Ma tovu, oh haleka Yaakov. Your dwellings, O Israel, mishkanoteka Yisrael. So the ma tovu, also known as the ma tovu. It's a mixture of verses, Judaic, Hebraically speaking, from different places in the Hebrew scripture, in the Hebrew Bible, was called the Tanakh. Numbers chapter 24, verse 5, we have Psalm verse 5, verse 8. We have Psalm verse 26, verse 8. We have Psalm 95, verse 6. And we have Psalm 69, verse 14. Now, note this was the Hebrew verse numbers we're speaking of. So that means that usually it might be with the Hebrew numbers like a verse before in the KJV. So the Ma Tovu, oh Haleka Yaakov. Remember, I think it was the third time he's brought up to a place where he can really view. He can view the camp. He can actually see the camp of the Beit Israel, the Beit Yisrael, right? And he noticed the formation, the ordering of the camp, how the camp is in good order. And therefore he says, Ma tovu, how good. Like, how are they good? Ma, what? Literally, what good are they? Ma tovu, but the Hebrew sense is like how goodly. Ma, what? Tovu, what good? What good, like to say they. Ma tovu, ohaleka, the eyes, tents, Yaakov. It's like he's talking to Jacob, the patriarch, when he sees the camp of Yisrael. Ma tovu ohaleka Yaakov mishkanoteka Yisrael. So the custom, the tribe, when we see this, a lot of these customs date back to the time even before the birth of Robenu Yeshua HaNotzri, right? The custom is to recite Ma Tobu as one enters the Knesset, the Mikorab, as one enters the Moed, also later called the synagogue or the Yehudi church, or shortly after. There's a custom to recite the Ma Tobu. The theme of the Ma Tobu, how goodly them, right? What good them the eyes tense, O Jacob. The theme of Ma Tobu is expressing our appreciative love, right? Our appreciative love for being able to come together and to worship in a makom kadosh, makom, the spot, the place, makom kadosh, in the holy place, Ma tobu ohalek ayakov, mishknoteka Yisrael, wa'ani bero b'chasideka, abo beiteka, eshetachwe, illa hekala kadesheka, be yeraateka, Yahuwah, ahabtiya me'ona beiteka, umakoma mishkana kovodeka, wa'ani eshtachewe we ekara'a ebareka lifnei Yahuwah osi, wa'ani tifilati leka Yahuwah eita ratzon Elohim berov chasideka aneni be'emet yisheka. Here, just an overview of the Ma Tobu. How goodly are your tents, O Yaakov, your dwellings, Yisrael. Ma Tobu, O Haleka Yaakov, Mishikanoteka Yisrael. As for me, Wa'ani, and I, as for me, Wa'ani, Vani, I and I, Wa'ani, as for me, through your abundant kindness, I will enter your house. Wa'ani berov chasedeka, avo beiteka, avo, I will go beiteka, your house. I will enter into your house. I will prostrate. I will worship. I will bow down. I will prostrate. In the English sense, I will worship myself. I will prostrate myself toward your holy sanctuary in awe of the eye, Esha tachewe, modern Hebrew, eshtachewe illahichala kadeshecha be yirateka. It's interesting here because the sense of our worship, eshtachewe, more ancient pointing, modern pointing, eshtachewe. I will prostrate myself. I will bow down myself. Eshtachewe ila hekal, toward the hekal, toward the temple, the palace. Hekal kadesheka, towards your holy temple. Eshtachewe ila hekal kadesheka be yirateka, be yirat, to say in reverence, in respect. Beyirateka, in respect of the eye, in your reverence. Yirat, the fear. In KJV, to say the fear. Yirat. It's like truly probably the most accurate Old Testament biblical Hebrew word for, if we would call it religion. It was the reverence, the respect, what they call fear, the reverence of Yahuwah. Beyirateka. Beyirateka, the ka there speaking directly to he who be, who he be. Eshtachewe illa hekala kadesheka beyirateka. O Lord, Yahuwah, I love the house where you dwell, and the place where your glory tabernacles. Yahuwah Ahavti. Yahuwah Ahavti. I love, I have love. Yahuwah Ahavti me'ona beteka. The habitation, the me'on beteka of the I house. Ua mikom, and the place mishkan, where dwelling kabodeka, kabodeka, where your kabod, your glory, your gravity, your your gravity, to say your gravity, weight, glory, honor, where it mishkan, where it dwells, where it's dwelling. Yahuwah ahavti me'on beiteka umekoma mishkana kabodeka. I will prostrate myself and bow. I will prostrate myself and bow. I will worship. I will worship and bow. Prostrate myself and wa'ani eshtachewe we ekra'ah, like to bow, like kneel in that sense. I will like go down on my face, prostrate, eshtachewe, wa'ani eshtachewe we ekra'ah, and bow. Ebreka, Ebreka, I shall kneel, Ebreka, Lifnei Yahuwah, in the face, in the presence of he who be, who he be, Lifnei Yahuwah, Osi, Lifnei Yahuwah, Osi, my maker, Osi, my maker. Va'ani eshtachve ve'echra'ah Evercha lifnei Yahuwah osi. As for me, as for I, vani, wa'ani, wa'ani, I and I, wa'ani, and I, va'ani, as for I, wa'ani, etifalati eleka Yahuwah eit ratzon. As for I, may my prayer to the eye, wa'ani tifalati leka, to the eye, Yahuwah, O Jehovah, be at a favorable time. Eight ratzon, time ratzon, favorable, pleasing, a favorable, pleasing time. Wa'ani tifilati leka Yahuwah eight ratzon. O Elohim, O Creator, O Judge, O Elohim, in your abundant kindness, answer I with the truth of your salvation. Elohim berov hasedeka, eneniya be'emet yish'eka. Elohim, Creator, Elohim, Judge, berov, robe, like nuff, berov, and enoughness, berov, chasideka, of your chesed, of your loving kindness, of your mercy, berov, chasideka, abundance of your mercy, of your abundant kindness, loving kindness, aneni, answer ani, answer I, eneni, be'emet, answer me in emet, in truth, in reality, be'emet, in the truth of yish'eka, of your Yeshua, of your Yasha, your salvation, aneni, be'emeta yish'eka. Here, the tobu, right here, verse by verse, here all together right here. This is for the shacharit. This is like the morning prayer. The custom is usually to recite the tobu as entering the Yehudi church, the synagogue, the gathering together. The theme of the tobu is expressing our appreciative love for being able to come together and to worship in a makom kadosh, in a place holy, set apart in a holy place. Here, once again, the Mah Tobu. How goodly are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling place, Yisrael. As for me, as for I, through your abundant kindness, I will enter your house. I will prostrate myself. I will worship toward your holy sanctuary in awe and reverence of the eye. O Yahuwah, I love the house where you with the eye dwell and indwell, and the place where your glory tabernacles. I shall prostrate myself and bow. I shall worship myself, bow. I shall kneel before Yahuwah, my maker. As for me, as for I, even I and I, ani va'ani, may my prayer to the Yahuwah be at a favorable time, at a pleasing hour. O Elohim, creator, judge, in your abundant kindness, answer I with the truth of your Yeshua, be'emeta yish'eka. Here, full of full. This is usually for the shacharit, the dawning, the morning service. And this is what Bilaam had said, after he was called to curse Yisrael, but he could not. Yahuwah did not permit him. Instead, he blessed, he empowered to prosper Yisrael. And this word here, from Numbers chapter 24, verse 5, for the shacharit, the dawning service. Ma tovu ohaleka Yaakov mishkanoteka Yisrael wani beroba hasedeka avo beteka eshetachwe ilaheka lakarisheka be yirateka Yahuwah habtia meona beteka ua mekoma mishkana kabodeka wani eshtachwe we ekraa evreka lifne Yahuwah osi ani vani tefilati leka Yahuwah etaratzon Elohim berov hasedeka aneniya be'emet yish'eka. Here. So the Ma Tovu, what is Ma Tovu? Right, all about how goodly these words that Bilaam said, how they have been incorporated, right, within the communal worship. It's for Kawana. We say Kawana, other Yehudis refer to as Kavana, like focus, concentration, Kawana, Kavana, preparing to cross over, preparing to Abar, to cross over. Ma Tobu. It helps assist I and I get our attitude ready and right before we, I and I, Ani, might go into worship, right? In a Makom Kadosh, a holy place, the Yehudi church. We pause, attune ourselves to new surroundings, and leave our, quote, baggage, end quote, behind behind us. We, Aniwani, should feel as if we are passing over a bridge into like a new land, into a new country, a new consciousness. The Ma'at Ovu was first uttered by Bilaam, an outsider of the Beit Yisrael of Israel, who, nevertheless, he was awestruck. He was awe-smacked with the kavod of Elohei Yisrael, of Yahweh, Elohei Yisrael, of Jehovah, the Elohim of Yisrael. We have this in Numbers chapter 22 to 24. In the same way, we seek to apprehend and comprehend and behold the kavod of Eloheinu, the kavod, the glory, right, the gravity of our Elohim, as I and I make our way to worship lifnei, lifanayo, before his presence, right? Ma Tobu, how goodly are they? How goodly, Ohaleka Yaiko. Thy tents, O Jacob, Mishkanoteka Yisrael. Thy shakan places, thy dwelling places, O Israel. It is quite remarkable, take note, that the traditional Shacharit Baraka, the morning, the dawning, blessing, empowerment to prosper that's recited at the Yehudi churches, the synagogues, Knesset, Mo'adim, around the world, begins with the words attributed to Bila'am, an enigmatic and a kind of a self-styled kind of a prophet, right? Ma tobu, ma, how good are they? How lovely, often translated, how lovely are your tents. Ma tobu, o haleka Yaakov, o Jacob. Mishkanoteka, your dwelling places, Yisrael. Numbers 24 and 5. The sages, they had reasoned that the Hebrew word for tent, ohel, right? Ohel, the word for tent, ahal, ohel, right? It refers to the inner life, the inner liberty, how we really, really, really feel inside, in the innermost of the innocence, right? Whereas the word mishkan, right? We have mishkan, dwelling, shakan, to dwell, right? The Shekinah one part and the Shakanya, but Shakan, to dwell. This refers to the outer life. So some of the sages have looked at these two words, right? In the Ma Tobu Ohaleka, right? Yaakov, Mishkanoteka, Yisrael. Looking at Ohel, tent, referring to the inner life. Our tent is our inner life, how we really feel, how we really vibe, how we vibe on the inside, in the innermost of the innocent. Whereas the other word, right, the Mishkan, Mishkanoteka, but Mishkan, a dwelling, refers to the outer life, our place, our circumstances, our place and our circumstances and situations. Together, the inner and the outer, they mark the quality of our lives, of our liberty. But the inner life is and should be the starting point, since we, ani va'ani, I and I, must first learn to live in shalom, in peace with ourselves, with I and I selves. This this is vital. We, Aniwani, I and I, must first learn to tolerate our shortcomings. You know, some people say, must learn to forgive yourself, right? Right? Forgive yourself. What did Robin Yeshua said that, unless we forgive others, but first forgive yourself, right? Must first tolerate our own shortcomings and practice compassion toward I and I own frail humanity. This is sometimes called Hebraically Shalom Babayit. Shalom Babayit. What is Shalom Babayit? Shalom Babayit. Babayit. Ba in Bayit. Shalom in the home. Shalom Babayit. Shalom in the home. Peace in the home. Peace in the home of the self, right? Peace in the home of the self, in our own home, right? Within I and I selves, in the innermost of the innocence, the shalom babayit. Such inner shalom, such inner peace is the greatest of berkot, is the greatest of blessings, or is the greatest of empowerments to prosper. The greatest of the empowerments to prosper. What is a baraka, a blessing? It's an empowerment to prosper. And such inner shalom, shalom babayit, is the greatest of berkot, empowerments to prosper, since without it, ani va'ani, we will cling to what? Pain, fear, false evidence appearing real, and anger, thereby making I unable to find our place, our makom, our spot, our place at the shulchan, at the table in Yahweh Eloheinu's kingdom, in the kingdom of Ahava, in the kingdom of love. So right here. It's interesting when we look at this particular, let's look at the 5 parts right here, right? 5 parts. We're going to go through the Mont Obu, some readings of it, even some slow down readings. Let's say the part 1, right? From Numbers, chapter 24, verse 5. Mont Obu Ohaleka Yaiko Mishkanoteka Yisrael. How lovely or how good, what tobu, what the goods, what the lovelies, what the goods of your tent, haleka, of your haleka, of the I tents, Yaiko, O Jacob. Mishkanoteka, your dwellings, Mishkanoteka Yisrael, your dwellings, O Israel. Part 1. Part 2. From Psalm 5 and 8 in the Mount Ovu, we have Psalm 5 and 8, the Hebrew verse numbering, right? Psalm chapter 5, verse 8, right? Or verse 7 in some KJV Bibles. Wa'ani berob chasedeka abo beiteka. But I, usually the translators translate, but I, wa and ani. Wa'ani, va'ani, modern Hebrew, va'ani berov. Va'ani verov chasedeka. Wa'ani, and I. Wa'ani, berov, in the abundance chasedeka, of your chesed, of your kindness, your mercy. Avo, veteka. Modern Hebrew, they'll say avo veteka. More Afro-Shemitic pointing, abo beteka. Abo, I will enter beteka, the I's house. But the fuller verse, that's just a portion there, right? The fuller verse, right? Eshtacheweh. Modern Hebrew, eshtacheveh, ancient pointing, eshtacheweh. I will bow down. I will bow. Literally, I will depress, I will prostrate. Often translated in KJV, I will worship. Right? Eshtacheweh ilahekal kadsheka. Thy, towards thy temple holy. Towards, to Hekal, temple or palace. Kadsheka, holy, the I holy temple. Bi'yirateka, in the fear, yirat, in the yirat, bi'yirateka, of the I. So Psalm 5 and 8 is the part 2 to the Mount Obu. Wani bi'ro chasedeka, abo beiteka, eshtacheweh ilahekala kadesheka, bi'yirateka. Part 3. Psalm 26, round about verse 8. Yahweh ahavti me'on beiteka, u'mikom mishkan kabodeka. Oh Yahuwah, I love the habitation of your house. Yahuwah, Ahavti. Yahuwah, Ahavti, modern Hebrew. Ahavti, I have love. Ahavti. Yahuwah, Ahavti. Yahuwah, Ahabti. Me'on, habitation, like a lion's den in a sense. Me'on, the Me'on, Beiteka, of the eye, Bait, of the eye's house. Yahuwah, Ahavti, Me'on, Beiteka, U, and Mikom, and the place, the spot, the place, Mikom, Mishikan, Kavodeka, and the place where dwells your glory, and the place where dwells your glory. Umikom Mishikan Kabodeka. So right here, say the part 2 right here, the part 3, Yahuwah Habti, Me'ona Beiteka, Ua Mikoma Mishikan Kabodeka. Part 4 of the Ma'tobu. Wa'ani, and I, Vani Eshtachevet, Ve'echre'ah. Wa'ani, and I, as for I, Wa'ani, and I, Eshtachewe, will bow down, will prostrate, will worship. Wa'ani Eshtachewe, We'echre'ah, We'echre'ah, and kneel, mine, I will bow down, and I will prostrate, I'll worship and bow. Ebreka, and kneel. Lifnei, before, in the face of Lifnei Yahuwah, Osi, my maker, the one who asa ani, the one who asa made ani, I, Osi, the Osi, Yahuwah Osi, he who be, who he be, Osi, my maker. Here the part 4, Wa'ani eshtachewe we ekre'ah ebereka lifnei Yahuwah Osi. And here, the part 5 right here, Ma'tobu, Psalm 69, verse 14. Psalm 69, the part of the shacharit, the morning, the dawning prayer. Wa'ani, as for I, Wa'ani tifilati leka. Wa'ani tifilati leka. Tifilati, my prayer, leka, for to the eye. And as for me, Wa'ani Tifilati Leka, my prayer to the eye, Yahuwah, O he who be, Ait, Ratzon, Ait, time, Ratzon, favorable, pleasing time. Wa'ani Tifilati Leka, Yahuwah, Ait, Ratzon. And as for I, may my prayer to the eye, O Yahuwah, be at a pleasing, at a favorable time. Elohim, Berab, here it's pointing at Berab, but the pointing on it, Berab Hasedeka. Elohim, Berab Hasedeka. Elohim, O God. Elohim, Hebraically creator. Elohim, Hebraically judge. Elohim, creator, judge, almighty power. Elohim, berob, in the abundance, in the enoughness, berob. Berob, hasedeka, of your chesed, of your kindness, of your mercy, of your loving kindness. Elohim, berob, hasedeka. Anani, answer ani, answer I, aneni, be'emet, in the truth of, aneni, aneni be'emet, yish'eka, in the truth of your salvation, be'emet, yish'eka, in the truth, answer I, in the truth of your Yeshua, in the truth of thy salvation. So here, look on the tobu. Here, on the tobu. The tobu. So, isn't it interesting that part of Bilaam's, his curses, his cusses turned into a baraka, curses turned into a blessing. We get to find this also from such time to such a time as the shacharit, the words of the shacharit. Finally, once again to Balak and Balaam, right? Finally exasperated. The exasperated king Balak, he wanted to rid himself of Bilaam. He was tired of this guy. Because the guy didn't curse Yisrael one time. Bilaam, he then prophesied concerning the end of days, the Acharit Hayamim. And just to share this word right here, according to one scholar, well known in some circles, Maimonides, Balaam's prophecy actually concerned two anointed ones, namely Dawid HaMelech and HaMashiach, namely King David and the Messiah. So according to Maimonides, Balaam's prophecy had concerned two anointed ones of Yisrael, namely King David, Dawid HaMelech, Negus Dawid, and HaMashiach. In the narrative, the story of Balaam, it is spoken of, and there it is prophesied on the two anointed ones. The first Mashiach, which is David, who saved Yisrael from its enemies. And the last Mashiach, who shall be of his descendants, who will save Yisrael in the Acharit, in the end, or the Acharit HaYamim, the end of the days. There he says, I see him, but not now. This is said to be Dawid from the vantage point of Bilaam, of where Balaam saying those words then in Bamidbar in Numbers, right? He says, I see him, but not now. Who is him? Me, who? Dawid. This is David. I behold him, but he is not near. This is said to be Mashiach HaMelech, King Messiah. There shall shoot forth a star out of Yaakov. This is said to be Dawid. And a scepter shall rise out of Yisrael. This is said to be Mashiach HaMelech, King Messiah. And shall smite the corners of Moab. Shall smite, strike the corners of Moab, of the Moabites, the Moors. This is Dawid. This is David. As it is written in 2 Samuel 8 and 2, and he smote Moab, and he measured them with a line, and rule over the children of Seth. These quotes right here, and rule over the children of Seth. This is Moshiach HaMelech, said to be King Messiah, as it is written in Zechariah 9 and 10. And his dominion shall be from sea to sea. His dominion shall be from sea to sea. Mishnah, Torah, right there. A keyword. Yes, ring the alarm. A key word right here is from Numbers 23 and 23 against obeah and all forms of sorcery, right? Ki lo nachash b'Yaakov, v'lo esem b'Yisrael. For there is no evil incantation against Yaakov. Bilam had to admit that right there, right? After the 3 times he tried, attempted cursing, turned into Berkot, he had to acknowledge, Ki lo nachash b'Yaakov. There is no serpent chanting, no incantation against Jacob, no divination against Jacob. Ki lo nachash b'Yaakov, with lo esem, and no sorcery b'Yisrael, against Israel. So here, the curses turn into blessing. It's a little bit of this right here. Gonna ride up. Stay tuned. Chabarim, Shabua, the strong, 7 days to come, Tov, Shabua Tov, Bashem Yeshua. Here, Huja bless. Yes, no man cut.
Don't waste your time. Keep love in your heart. Greater peace you're gonna find.
Rastafari. Heal Jah. Kings of kings, Lord of lords. Rastafari. Conquering line of the tribe of Judah. Emperor Selassie died the first. Not the dread will never run away. Tell the shot up put run away. Not the dread will never run away. We don't care when nobody say I already told ya. Buffalo soldier. Already told ya. Buffalo soldier.
Well, easy.
Already showed ya. It can go over. Not the dread will never run away. Tell the shot up put run away. Work to live or live to work. This is what it is. You need to put your first.
Who judge a place no man curse,
Kings of kings, Lord of lords. Rastafari, conquering line of the tribe of Judah.
who judge a place no man curse.
Well, easy.
Who judge a place no man curse,
from the job today. No, they don't love ya. No, they don't love ya. No, they don't want ya. No, they don't need ya. I never get a forward from the job today. Emperor Selassie died the first.
yeah, that vibes.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeshua Shalom. Bye bye it.
Rhythm! Just free your mind. Don't waste your time. Keep love in your heart. Greater peace you're gonna find. We can rely on the conquering lion. Most lighter, you're the only one we can rely on. Hail up the conquering lion. Most lighter, you're the only one we can rely on.
Yes, yes, yes. So here for the Haftarah. The Haftarah. What is the Haftarah? Let's go over this right here. Have some time right here. Let's go over some of the detail. The Haftarah, the prophet's reading. Here for the prophet's reading and also for the Baraka, the blessing for the reading of the prophet. So here we have this Shabbat Balak. So here the pointed reading is Micah. Let's just check this out right here. Give me one moment. We're going to share this right here on the air.
Chapter 5, verses 6 to chapter 6, verse 8.
Amen, amen, amen. Okay, so Micah. So right there, give thanks, Rasahar, Ahad. I'm coming forward, right there. So here we have the Haftarah. The Haftarah. What is the Haftarah? The Haftarah reading, the overview here. The Haftarah for Balak comes from the prophet Micah or Micah, one of the Trei Asar, the Trei Asar, or the 12 prophets called by Yahweh to call Yisrael, to call the Beit Yisrael, the Beit Israel, to call the Israelites to do teshuvah, to do repentance, right? To have a turn. Micah speaks of the Sherit Yaakov. Sherit was the Sherit. Sherit Yaakov is a remnant of Jacob. This is a phrase that comes from the Hebrew verb sha'ar. Has a meaning to be left behind, something that's left behind, or a sense of something being left over. She'erit Yaakov thus refers to the survivors of the descendants of the Bnei Yaakov, the sons, the children of Jacob, that have been nearly exterminated. Interestingly enough, She'erit Yaakov also refers to HaMashiach, to the Messiah, based on Balaam's prophetic statement in Numbers chapter 24, verse 17, that a, quote, a star has emerged from Yaakov, that a star has emerged from Jacob. Micah prophetically speaks of the Acharit Hayami, of the end of the days, or the end of days, the last days, the end of days. Acharit Hayami, when the survivors of Israel's great, the Beta Israel, and the Beta Israel's great tribulation, and a climatic battle, a battle called the Battle of Gog and Magog, that is said to occur just before Moshiach, Messiah, returns, will be a baraka, an empowerment to prosper for the surviving remnant of humanity, like the, quote, dew, and like the, quote, rain. This surviving remnant will be saved by Yahweh, Hashem Yeshua, and will be unconquerable as the lion, even the Lion of Judah, the lion himself, the king of the beasts, from that which no one can escape. So we have Micah chapter 5, right? Micah chapter 5, verses 6 to 8. Jehovah, thus will purge It's said to purge Yisrael. And then, as we have in Romans, the epistle to the Romans, chapter 11, verse 26, and all call Yisrael, all of Israel shall be saved. So the Haftarah, it continues as Yahweh Jehovah speaks. He speaks and appeals to Yisrael, the Beta Israel, to return to him. He recounts their history as well as the leaders that he has given them. And it's interesting because of the leaders that Yahweh recounts here that he has given them. He names Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam. Now, I have pointed to this, I think, a couple of parshas previous. I think it was with Miriam. You know what Miriam and Aaron and the Cushite, the Cushite Ethiopian wife of Moses, that whole incident, the Lashon Hara. You know, when he said, well, has Yahweh only spoken to Moses? Has he not spoken to them? Well, of course he did, but they were out of line. But here in this Micah, it shows that some of the leaders that he has given to the Beit Yisrael, the house of Israel, is Moses, Moshe, Aaron, and yes, a woman, yes, Miriam, the three, this trifecta, this trinity, Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. He also reminds the Israelites, and I, that he turned Balaam's curses into Berkot, into blessings for his people, for Amo Yisrael, for his chosen and his treasured and his peculiar people. He has done great things for them so that they, quote, may know the saving, the Yeshua acts of Yahuwah, of he who be, who he be. How we know him? We know him by what he done did and what he done do, right? He has done what? Great things for them so that they, see, what's the reason why he done great things for I and for them? So that they and I may know the saving acts of Yahweh. So here the Haftarah, it ends with there's a rhetorical question of, with what shall I come before Yahweh and bow myself before God on high? Micah provides, right, Yahweh's answer for us, right? With what shall I come? Now, it's interesting here because we have the Mat Ovu and the Shacharit service as we went through the Mat Ovu, to come before, I shall come before his presence. Which verse was that right there? It was in a few of the verses of the Mat Ovu. Give me one moment right here just to bring up the Mat Ovu right here. He says, I will come before the eye. I think it was Psalm 5 and 8. It was Psalm 5 and 8. I think right there. I will come before you, enter in your house, come before your face. Which one was it? I will come before your face, like in your presence. Okay, there goes. It was a part 4, Psalm 95 and 6. Wa'ani eshtachwe with ekre'ah eberika lifnei Yahuwah osi, right? And kneel before he who be OC. And then in Psalm 5 and 8, part of the Mat Ovu, Wa'ani beroba hasadeka abo, I will enter in beiteka, I will enter into thy house. So just going over this right here where it says, with what shall I come before lifnei? In the face of, before the presence, perception of Yahuwah, and bow myself, eshtachaweh, the shachat, to bow, to worship, to prostrate, before God on high, El Elyon, before the Most High El. And the answer in Micah is in Micah 6 and 8. He has told you, O man, what is good. You know, we say, what's the greeting among lost found? Right? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? He has told you, oh man, what's good. He's told you. Hagid lekah adam mato. Hagid lekah. He has told it. He's narrated it. He declared it to the eye. Hagid lekah adam. Oh Adam. Man, general man, common man, every man. Higid lekah adam matov. Matov, matov, matov. What's good? What's good? He has told you, oh man, what's good. And what does Yahuwah require of you but to do justice? Umah Yahuwah doreisha mimeka ki im asota mishpat. Mishpat to do judgment. And what does Yahuwah require of you but to do judgment? Kiyim asot mishpat, and to love kindness with ahabata chesed. V'ahavata chesed, v'ahavata chesed, and to love chesed, to love kindness, to love mercy, to love loving kindness, to love chesed, and to be a chasid, chasidim. With ahavata chesed, with hatzaneah, leketaim Eloheka, and to walk humbly with your Elohim. With hatzaneah, leketaim Eloheka. What does the Lord, what does Yahuwah, what does Adonai ask of and ask from the I and from I and I? What he asks of I and I is Higid Leka Adam Mato. He has told you, oh man, what is good. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, yo? What's good? He's told you what's good. Higid Leka Adam Mato Buma Yahuwah Doresh Mimka. And what Yahuwah requires, what he seeks, what he requires, Doresh, Umah, and what? Umah, and what Yahuwah, Jehovah, Doresh, requires, Mimika, from the eye. Ki'ima, Asota, Mishpat, except to do justice, to do judgment, to do Shafat, Mishpat, to do judgment. With ahabata chesed, and to love grace, mercy, kindness, chesed. With hatzaneah, and to act modestly, to walk humbly, hatzaneah. With hatzaneah, leket, to walk, to trod, im, with Eloheka, im Eloheka, with your Elohim. So he has told I and I, and I and I and I. Yes, so what's good, what's good, what's good? What's good? Yahuwah has told you, oh man, what's good, and what Yahuwah requires of you, except to do judgment and justice, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your Elohim, for your almighty power. So right there, just going over some of the basics right there for the Haftarah right here. And let's do this right here, the Haftarah Baraka. So the Maftir blessings for reading of the prophets, the Maftir blessings for the reading of the prophets. So we have Zechariah 1 and 6 here. Right, Akadebaraya Wehukai Asher Tzwitia Eta Abadai Eta Abadaya Ha Neveima Hello. He sinu abote kem. But my words and my statutes that I commanded my servants, the prophets, did they not overtake your fathers? Zechariah 1 verse 6. But my words and my statutes that I commanded my servants, the prophets, Ha-Nabim, Ha-Navim, Ha-Nabim, did they not overtake your fathers, your patriarchs? Hello. Hisinu abotekem. So the Haftarah is the Yehudi, the custom, the trad of reading from the Nabim, the Navim, the prophets, immediately following the Torah service, the Abodah, the Torah Abodah service, performed on the Shabbat and on festivals. The person who receives the honor of reading the Haftarah is referred to either as a Baal Haftarah, one who has the Haftarah, one who owns it, has it, or the Maftir. What's the Maftir? The Maftir is the one who concludes the reading of HaTorah. So the Haftarah, the prophet's reading, is connected with the Torah reading. Haftarah comes from the root fatar, meaning to dismiss or to conclude. It's like the dismissal service, right? Haftarah is likened to the dessert of a meal, Since the reading of the prophets, the Navim, completes Ha-Torah, service of reading, the reading of the service. Now, generally, the Haftarah is on the subject related to Ha-Torah, the Torah portion, with the exception of the Yom Tov, Yom Tovim, the holy days or holidays, when the reading usually relates to the Hag, to the feast or the festival. In some Knesset or Yehudi churches, synagogues, gatherings, the Maftir will first read the last of the 7 aliyot of the Torah, and then recite the baraka, the empowerment to prosper, before the Haftarah. Now, note this here, that the person who reads, generally speaking, the Haftarah, also in tradition reads the Maftir aliyah. The reason that the Baal Haftarah, the owner, the one who has the Haftarah, receives the additional Maftir aliyah rather than one of the 7 mandated aliyot is often said to avoid giving the impression that the Haftarah, which comes from the prophetic section of the Hebrew Bible, is of equal sanctity as the Torah portion. By reading both a short repeat of the Torah reading and a section of the prophets, thus equaling the Haftarah with a less important Torah portion, the Haftarah demonstrates that the Haftarah is less sacred, so to speak, than the main Torah reading. On feasts and festivals and certain special Shabbatot, right, Sabbaths, the Maftir is a different reading from another part of the Torah. So here, the baraka, here, the blessing before the Haftarah. The following is recited or sometimes chanted before reading the Haftarah portion. So to give an English overview, blessed art thou, Adonai, Yahweh, our Elohim, King of the universe, universal King, Melech HaOlam, who has chosen good prophets and was pleased with their words that were uttered with truth. Blessed are the Yahweh who chooses the Torah, and Moses, Elohim's God's servant, and Yisrael, Elohim, God's people, and the prophets of truth and righteousness. Right here, the Ivrit. Baruch Ata Yahweh Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Blessed, prospered, and power to prosper be the he who he be, our Elohim, Melech HaOlam, eternal King, universal King, King of the universe. Baruch Ata Yahweh Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher Bahara Bia Nevi'im Tobim. The one who he be, who Asher, who Bahar has chosen Bi Nebi'im in the Navim, Bina Vinim, Bina Nivim, in the prophets and Nabim, Tovim, good prophets, who has chosen good prophets. Asher Bahara Bia Navim Tovim, with Ratzah Be Diva Rehem Ha Ne'emarim Ha Ne'emarim Be'emet, and was pleased with Ratzah, and was pleased with Ratzah Be Divreihem, with their words, via Divreihem, with their words, Ha Ne'emarim, that were uttered, Ha Ne'emarim, that were uttered, Be'emet, in truth. Baruch Ata Yahuwah Ha Notir Ha Bochir. Blessed are the I, O Yahuwah, who the one who chooses, he who be who he be, Yahuwah Ha Bochir, who chooses Ba Torah, in the Torah, over Moshe, and in Moses, Avdo, his servant, Ube Yisrael, and in Yisrael, Amo, his people, Ubina B'A, and the prophets of Ha-Emet, of the truth, Wa Tzedek, and righteousness. Right there, the baraka, the blessing before the reading of the Haftarah. Just once again, Baruch Ata Yahuwah Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Bachara Bia Nevi'im Tovim Veratzah Bia Divreihem Ha Ne'emarim Be'emet. Baruch Ata Yahuwah Ha Bochira Ba Torah Uva Moshe Abdo Ua B'Yisrael Amo Ua Bina V'A Ha Emet Wa Tzedek. Blessed art thou, Yahuwah, our Elohim, eternal King, who has chosen good prophets and was pleased with their words that were uttered with truth. Blessed are the I, Yahuwah, who chooses the Torah, in the Torah and in Moses, Abdo, his servant, and Yisrael, Amo, his people, and the prophets of truth and righteousness. Hear, Shema, Yisrael.
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Of Micah, chapter 5, verses 6 to chapter 6, verse 8. Esa ma'ab wa wala mafesa kadus, ahadum la. In the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Buruku, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots. And I will cut off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. The graven images also will be cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy cities, And I will execute vengeance in my anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. Amen. Chapter 6. Hear ye now what Yahweh Baruch saith. Arise, contend thou before the mountains, and let the hills hear thy voice. Hear, O ye mountains, Yahweh's controversy, and ye strong foundations of the earth. For Yahweh have a controversy with his people, and he will plead with Yisrael. O my people, what have I done to thee? And wherein have I wearied thee? Testify against me. For I brought thee up out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed thee out of the house of servants. And I sent before thee Moshe and Haron and Miriam. O my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, consulted, and what Balaam, the son of Beor, answered him from Shittim to Gilgal, that ye may know the righteousness of Yahweh Baruch. Wherewith shall I come before Yahweh and bow myself before the high Elohim Baruch? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Will Yahweh be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what Yahweh Baruch doeth require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy Elohim Baruch. Amen. Kebole kwalu, kebole demsu, kebole chaylu, kebole ketemawi haile selasi nugus negese Ethiopia, sume ekezi abehera, besem ekezi abehera. Amen.
So here, the Baraka after the reading of the Haftarah, the prophet's reading. Give thanks right there for the reading of the prophets. Rasahar Achad right there on the reading of the prophets. So here is the Baraka, the blessing after the reading. Overview right here. Blessed art thou, Yahweh Eloheinu, our Elohim, Melech HaOlam, Eternal King, King of the universe, Universal King, Rock of all eternities, righteous in all generations, the faithful El, God, who says and does, who speaks and fulfills, all of whose words are true. Faithful are you, Yahweh Eloheinu, Ainai Elohim, and faithful are your words. Not one of your words turns back unfulfilled. For you, O El Elohim, are a faithful and compassionate king. Blessed are thee, Yahweh, the Elohim, who is faithful in all his words. Hear the Baraka, the blessing after the reading of the Haftarah. Following is recited or chanted after the reading of the Haftarah, after the reading of the prophet's portion. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed, prospered, empowerment to prosper. Prospered are thee, O he who be our Elohim. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. King of the universe, eternal King, universal King, melech haolam. Sor kol ha-olamim, Sor rock, Sor kol of all ha-olamim, of all worlds, sense of worlds, also sense of eternities, time, indefinabilities, eternities. Sur kol ha olamim, Sadiq, Sadiq, righteous, Bikol in all, Ha Dorot, Ha Dorot, righteous in all generations. Tzadika Bikol Ha Dorot, Ha'el, 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 Ha, the El, the Almighty, Ha'el, the true good, the true God, Ha'el Ha-Ne'eman, Ha'el Ha-Ne'eman, the faithful El, the faithful God, Ha'el Ha-Ne'eman, Ha-Omer, Ha-Omer, the one who says, the sayer, Ha-Omer, we-Oseh, we-Oseh, and the doer, and the Oseh, and the doer. Ha'el Ha-Ne'emana, Ha-Omer, we-Oseh. Ha-Midabir, 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 the one who speaks, Ha-Midabir, Ua Mikayim, U Mikayim, Mikayim, and the one who fulfills, the speaker and the fulfiller, Hamadabir, Ua Mikayim, Shekol, 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 who of all, Devaraya, Shekol Devarav, Shekol Devaraya, who speaks and fulfills, who all of his words, Amet, who all of his words are true. Shekol Devarayo, Amet, with Tzedek, and true, are true and righteous, are true and Tzedek. Ne'eman, trustworthy, amen, worthy, Ne'eman, trustworthy, Ata, be the I, Ne'eman Ata Yahuwah, trustworthy are the I, O he who be Eloheinu, our Elohim, Ne'eman Ata Yahuwah Eloheinu, we Ne'emanim, and trustworthy and truthworthy, with Ne'emanim and truthworthy, Devareka, and truthworthy, trustworthy are your words. With Ne'emanim, Devareka, with Davar, Echad, Mia Devareka, and one word of yours, Achor, back, lo, not, Yashuv, turns, Reikam, empty, and not one of your words, right? Like not one of your words is back, not turns back like unfulfilled, turns back unfulfilled, and not one of your words like returns back unfulfilled. With dabar echada mi debareka achor lo yashuv reka. Ki for ki el mi melek, for you are like a god king, right? A god king. Ki el meleka ne'eman. You are a god, a king, trustworthy. We'rachaman, and compassionate ata. We'rachaman ata, and compassionate be thee I. Baruch ata Yahuwah. Blessed are the I, O he who be, Ha'el, the God, the Almighty, Ha'el HaNe'eman, the God who is trustworthy, the Almighty, the true God who is trustworthy. Ha'el HaNe'emana B'kol Devaraya, B'kol Devarav, B'kol Devaraya, in all his words. Going through the word by word, right there. Once again, blessed are you, Adiyah Yahweh Eloheinu, Melech HaOlam, Rock of all eternities, righteous in all generations, the faithful El, Hael Haneman, who says and does, who speaks and fulfills, all of whose words are true. Faithful are you, Yahweh Eloheinu, and faithful are your words. Not one of your words turns back unfulfilled for you. O El Ha'el are a faithful and compassionate king. Blessed are you, Yahweh Ha'el, the true good, the true God, Haneman, who is faithful in all his words. Once again, one time right here. Baruch ata Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. Tzur kol ha-olamim tzadika b'kol ha-dorota. Ha'el ha-ne'emana ha-omer ve'oseh ha-medaber u'makayem shekola debarayo. Emeta ve'tzedeka. Ne'emana ata Yahweh Eloheinu ve'ne'emanima debareka. We davara echada mi debareka chorlo yashu rekam ki el meleka ne'emana werachamim ata baruch ata Yahweh ha'el hane'emana bekola debarayo. Amen, amen. Yes, yes, yes.
We can rely on. Of the conquering lion, most light. You're the only one we can rely on. Hail of the conquering lion, most light. You're the only one we can rely on.
And so here from the Haftarah to the third and fulfillment here of the Berit Chadasha, the Berit Chadasha, the Brit Chadasha, Barkot, blessings here, empowerments to prosper right here, thanking Ha'el Haneman, the faithful Almighty, for the Brit Chadasha, the new covenant scriptures, pointing to Jeremiah 31 and 31. Hine yamim ba'im nu'um Yahuwah we ka'ati eta beta Yisrael we eta beta Yehuda Berit Chadasha. Behold, the days come, says Yahuwah, that I will make a Berit Chadasha, a new covenant with the Beit Yisrael, the Beta Israel, and with the Beit Yehuda, the Beta Yehuda, the house of Judah. Jeremiah 31:31. Hine Yamim Ba'im Yahuwah. Hine, look and see. Yamim, the days. Ba'im, they come. They're the comers. The days come. Yamim Ba'im. Hine Yamim Ba'im Nu'um, the oracle. Nu'um Yahuwah, the oracle of Jehovah, the oracle of He who be HaKadosh. Baruch Hu, Baruch Hashem. Hine Yamim Ba'im Nu'um Yahuwah. We karati, and I will cut, to say like make a covenant is to cut a covenant. We karati, eta beit Yisrael, and I will cut a covenant with the Beta Israel, with the Beit Yisrael, with eta beit Yehuda, and with the Beta Yehuda, Berit, a covenant, Chadasha, renewed, a renewed covenant, a new covenant. Hine Yamim Ba'im Nu'um Yahuwah, we karati eta Beit Yisrael, we eta Beit Yehuda, Berit Chadasha, the Berit Chadasha, the renewed covenant, called the New Testament, the renewed covenant. Berit ha-Chadasha in Hebrew, meaning the renewed covenant or the new covenant. The word Berit means covenant, and Chadasha means new or renewed. Just like the Torah and the Haftarah, Berkot, we as Messianic of HaMoshiach, right, believers, right, we thank Yahweh Elohei Yisrael, Jehovah the Elohim of Israel, B'Shem Yeshua, for the gift of the Brit Chadasha, the new covenant scriptures, before and after reading them. So the Baraka, the blessing, empowerment to prosper before reading the Brit Chadasha. So it's a baraka that you and I, Aniva, Ani, can recite before reading from the Brit Chadasha scripture, right? Is simply, blessed art thou, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh our Elohim, Melech HaOlam, universal King, eternal King, King of the universe, who gave to us the Messiah, Yeshua, and the commandments of the Brit Chadasha. Blessed are the Yahuwah, Jehovah, giver of the Brit Chadasha, giver of the renewed covenant, giver of the new covenant. Bevrit in the Hebrew, Baruch Ata Yahweh Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Blessed, empowered to prosper, Ata, be the I, Yahweh, he who be, Eloheinu, our Elohim, Melech HaOlam, eternal King. Asher Natan Lanu Mashiach Yeshua, the one who Natan has given Lanu for us. Asher Natan Lanu, who has given for us, for I and I, Mashiach, the Messiah Yeshua. Asher Natan Lanu Mashiach Yeshua. Where ha dibrota shel ha brita chadasha, and the words, right, and the words, the dibrot, the commandment of the shel ha brit, of the covenant, chadasha, the renewed covenant. Baruch ata Yahuwah notain ha brit Ha-Chadasha. Blessed, empowered to prosper, be the I, or he who be, the giver, Notain Ha-Brit, the giver of the covenant, Ha-Chadasha, renewed, of the new covenant. So here, the Brit Chadasha, Baraka. Blessed are the I, O Yahweh Elohim, King of the universe, universal King, who gave to us the Messiah Yeshua and the commandments, the word commandments of the new covenant. Blessed art thou, Yahweh, giver of the new covenant, the renewed covenant. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Mashiach Yeshua. Ha dibrota shel ha brita chadasha. Baruch ata Yahuwah notain ha brit ha chadasha. Here. Micah and I ride up right here with the Brit Chadasha reading. Right here.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
The Brit Chadasha Chadis Kidan Renewed Covenant reading for RSS 40, Balak, the Epistle to the Romans, chapter 11, verse 25 through 32. We begin B'Shem Ha'ab V'Habein V'Ruach HaKadosh Yahuwah Ahad. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, He who he be, the one. Romans chapter 11, verse 25, Kaf He, verse 26, Kaf Wow. Ki lo akached mikem achai et hasod hazeh pen tehyu chakamim be'anekem שישראל בא לידי טמטום הלב למקצותו עד כי יכנס מלאה הגויים וכן כל ישראל יוושע ככתוב ובא לציון גואל וישיב פשעה מיעקב. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, that ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Israel, until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. Israel is yet to be saved nationally, and so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant to them, when I shall take away their sins. As concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sakes, but as touching the election, they are beloved for the patriarchs, for the fathers' sakes. For the gifts and callings of Elohim are without repentance. For as ye in times past have not believed Elohim, yet have now obtained mercy through their unbelief, even so have these also now not believed, that through your mercy they also may obtain mercy. For Elohim has concluded them all in unbelief, that he might have mercy upon all. Kabar lakalu, kabar ladimtu, kabar lachailu, kabar lakedamawi, chayle selassie, be Jesus Christos sim. Glory to word, glory to sound, glory to power, glory to Abinu Melkenu, our Father, our King, the first power of the Trinity, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Yes, I, Rastafari.
Yes, yes, yes. And here, we are fulfilled right here, reading from HaTorah, from the Torah, the Haftarah, the prophets reading the Brit Chadash, reading right here. Yes, I like to unpack this right here. Now, the Brit Chadash, right there is the Brit Chadash reading. Give thanks for the reading and the reader. Ras, Ayas, and Tafar right there. We had 2 Peter chapter 2 and the epistle to the Romans chapter 11 verses 25 to 32. Now here for the the Brit Chadash, Haftarah, still in the Haftarah there, but it has a similar theme right here. The Brit Chadash here, right? Parashat Balak alludes to the prophecy that was given by Bilaam concerning a star rising, right? A star shall rise from Yaakov. Darak, Kokav, Mi Yaakov. A star shall rise, Mi Yaakov, from Jacob. Namely, right here, Ha'adon Yeshua, Moshecheinu, who, quoting and citing Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 59 and 20, who will banish ungodliness from Yaakov. That they're pointing to Yeshayahu, Isaiah the prophet, Isaiah chapter 59, verse 20. Now, this passage is also prophetic of the future restoration of the Beta Israel in the Acharit Hayamim, in the end of days, the Acharit Hayamim, the end of days, when Yahweh will reveal himself to Amo at his coming. Yahweh Elohei Yisrael, Jehovah the Elohim, true good, true God of Israel, Ha'el HaNe'eman, the faithful, almighty, will never forsake Amo, and all of his yea, and his amen, to the Beit Yisrael, the Beta Israel, will be fulfilled, right, during the millennial reign, the the time of the millennium. Yes, Yeshua, right? Yeshua is coming to Jerusalem, to his people, will restore that original covenant, right? The nation to himself. Sadly, the Beta Israel, home and abroad, once lost, now found, right? Israel will not be ready, right? It said, according to the prophets and interpretation thereof, Israel will not be ready to receive her king until the great tribulation, until time of the great trials and tribulation occurs. And then it said that finally she will cry out, Baruch haba b'shem Yahweh, blessed is he, Baruch haba, blessed is he, the comer, he who comes in the name of Yahweh, of he who be, who he be. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of Yahweh. Baruch haba b'shem Yahweh. Baruch haba b'shem Yahweh. Here. This Torah reading and feeding right here for Shabbat, right? Shabbat Balak, the overruling the wicked, overruling the ratchet. So here at that fulfillment, right? The fulfillment right here. Gonna take a little pause, right? Take a little pause for the chorus right here. Chabarim. We have a psalm here in connection to psalm in this season, right? We have Psalm 143, part of a group of psalms. Previously, we had Psalm 141. Let's just ride up right here. Give a first ear
Psalm
and
143.
hear. Shema
מזמור
Yisrael.
קמ"ג, מזמור לדוד. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Give ear to my supplications. Adonai shema tefillati. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Haazina el tahanunai. Lord, give ear to my supplications. Haazina el tahanunai. Give ear to my supplications. In thy faithfulness, answer me. Ve'emunatecha aneni. And in thy righteousness. Betzitkatecha. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Give ear to my supplications. In thy faithfulness, answer me, and in thy righteousness. And enter not into judgment with thy servant. ואל תבוא ומשפט את עבדיך. For in thy sight shall no man living be justified. כי לא יצדק לפניך כל חי. For the enemy hath persecuted my soul. He hath smitten my life down to the ground. He hath made me to dwell in darkness, as those that have been long dead. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the work of thy hands. I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth after thee, as a thirsty land. Selah. Hear me speedily, O Lord. My spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Deliver me, O Lord, from mine enemies. I flee unto thee to hide me. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. Thy spirit is good. Lead me into the land of uprightness. Quicken me, O Lord, for thy name's sake. For thy righteousness' sake, bring my soul out of trouble. And of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies, and destroy all them that afflict my soul. For I am thy servant, 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 thy servant. thy servant, 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 thy servant.
Yes, yes, yes. So here we have a psalm. We have a psalm right here. It's interesting. This series of Psalm 141, this section of Psalms right here. And here, according to the royal order, we have Mizmor Kof Mim Gimel, Kof Mem Gamel. Psalm 100, Kof Mim 40 Gimel, or some and none says Gamel, Kof Mim Gimel, Kof Mem Gamel. Psalm 143. And it's themed here, call for Yahweh Jehovah's help. Also theme a longing after mercy. That key word chesed, chesed, even in the Torah reading and feeding the chesed, that attribute of Yahweh, right? Chasdo, his mercy, right? In the midst of dark imprisonment. So let's just give a little overview right here and go through its lickle, right? But it's Talawa, very, very important psalm here. And what's interesting is that Psalm 144 is the Shabbat seal song. As we begin a new Shabua after the Sabbath calm, comes intrusion of the world and keeping that Yeshua Shalom Babayit, that Yeshua Shalom at home, right, within the innermost of the innocents right there, the joy in Yahweh's protection. That's Psalm 144, the Sabbath Shabbat seal song. So here in the season, this time right here, I think it's appropriate to rise up to chant. This psalm, Mizmor Kof Mim Gimel, it resembles the preceding psalm, right? Psalm 142. And previous to that, we had Psalm 141, right? The preceding psalm, very closely in this tone and circumstance, and may have the same authorship. Now, to the title, a Psalm of David, in the LXX, and we have this in some codices, the LXX, the Septuagint. This psalm, as Euthemius also bears witness, has no inscription at all, right? So in some codices, this psalm doesn't have any superscription, right? In others, however, it has a superscription. So right here, let's highlight this again and bring out this superscription here, right? Here we have Psalmos to David, right? Ote.
Ψαλμός το Δαβίδ, ότε αυτόν εδίο και να βεσαλόμ ως αυτού.
Okay, Ave Salom. Oh, Hios Aftu, right? A psalm to David or of David when his son Absalom, right? In the Koine Greek, Ave Salom, right? Pursued, when he pursued him, right? A psalm of David when his son Absalom pursued him, right there. So, in some, this is a connection of this psalm right here, right? The psalms of this time of persecution are distinguished from those of the time of the persecution of Shaul by the deep melancholy. There's a deep melancholy into that, the mourning of the dethroned king, Melech, the Negus, the dethroned king, was turned by blending with the penitential sorrowfulness of one conscious of his own guilt, right? So we have very interesting right here on account of this fundamental feature. The church had chosen this psalm, Psalm 143, right, verses 1 to 12, for the last of its 7 psalmi poenitentialis, think penitential psalms. Now the Selah at the close of Psalm 143, verse 6, it divides the psalm into 2 halves. So it said that the psalm has these 2 halves, and the Selah pause, right? The Selah pause being that particular break mode right there, the two halves of today's daily psalm. Here. So here, let's begin. Go through today's daily psalm right here. So we have a psalm when his son persecuted him. But the reason for the post Davidic date after the time of David. So this is a psalm after the time of David, but said, and we can see some of the language and the usage of the Hebrew. It's in the style of David, right? The post Davidic date mentioned in the introduction to Psalm CXLII, that's Psalm 142, they apply here also. So it said that the notes that we have from Psalm 142, which was a plea for help, a pathos tone, a suffering tone, a pathetic tone of the psalm is most appropriate for the occasion in Dawid's life, mentioned in the superscription. Psalm 142 is a maskil of David when he was in the cave. When he was in the cave of prayer. Maskil Dawid Behioto Ba Me'ara Tefila Ba Me'ara. When he was in the Me'ara, and it's a tefillah, and it's a prayer right here. But as a composition, it is certainly of a later date. A parallel may have been drawn between his dangerous plight and that of the people in the hazardous time during and after the captivity. So, what is drawn here is that the picture that's being painted here is that the Israelites remember what David had gone through in his times. They saw what he had gone through as a kind of an avatar, a template, even during the time of captivity and after. Although the psalm is a personal cry, a personal shout out, personal yeah, and the I, the ani, the I, right, is not the nation speaking, right, is not the nation speaking as an individual. So it's a personal cry, and the I was more I, like I, David, not the I, like in the sense of I and I, like the nation speaking as an individual, as a corporate entity. The writer makes use of other psalms. Just looking at 142 here, Kof Meme Bait, makes use of other psalms with that he was acquainted. This is a practice that is evidence of post-Davidic origin. So many of the scholars look at it as a time after the time of David, but it's in the style of David because of the remembrances, right? The remembrances of the people, right? So the people drew, on their own story, history, and of David, the trials of David, right here. So here, today's daily psalm right here, right? The later half of the psalm, particularly, is constructed in the main from quotation. So today's daily psalm 143, Mizmor Kof Mim Gimel. The second part of the psalm, after the Selah of verse 6, is drawn right from in the main part from quotation. So here, a psalm of David. Hear my prayer, O Yahweh. Give ear to my supplications, my beseeching, my asking for Hanan. Hanan, my tachanun. Tachanun is a supplication, asking for Hanan. Asking for grace, to show favor, right? Hear my prayer, O Yahweh, give ear to my supplications. In thy faithfulness, answer me, answer I, in thy righteousness. Mizmor David, Yahweh Shema, Tefillah Tihazina, Ela Tachanunai, Be Emunateka, Eneni, Be Tzidkateka. Right here, opening verse right here. Mizmor David, Psalm of David. Psalm of David, Yahweh, Shema, hear, O Yahweh. Yahweh Shema. Like when we say Shema Yisrael, hear, obey, O Israel. Yahweh Shema, hear. In a sense, obey, hear, for implication to obey, to answer. Shema, right? Yahweh Shema, Tifilati. Yahweh, O Jehovah, Shema, hear, Tifilati. Ha'azina, broaden the ear, illa tachanunai, il to tachanunai, to my tachanun, to my beseeching for mercy, for favor. Be emunateka, in thy faith, in the eye faith. Emuna is faith, credit faith. Emunateka can be in thy faithfulness, in the eye faith. Speaking to Yahuwah, be emunateka, aneni, answer I, be sidkateka, in the eye, sidka, in the eye faithfulness, answer I, in thy righteousness, tzedakah, which is justice, righteousness, right? Justice, righteousness, righteous acts, sense of rightness, subjectively rectitude, objectively justice. In a moral sense, tzedakah is virtue. In the figurative sense, is prosperity. So here, in thy righteousness, Bisidkateka. The term cannot be employed, some say here, in its usual meaning of strict equity. There's a usual meaning of strict equity because in the text, in the next verse, the psalmist begs to be spared the ordeal of a trial. Do you want to go to trial? No, the psalmist here says he wants to be spared the ordeal of a trial by Elohim, by the judge, the creator, in that neither he nor any other mortal could justify himself. So he's asking to be spared of trial, right? Of the ordeal of a trial. Accordingly, therefore, the word tzidkateka, right? The tzedakah, the eye tzedakah, tzidkateka. Accordingly, the Hebrew word has to be understood in the sense of Ha'el, Elohim's character as one who forgives, one who lifts that burden of chet, of sin, of akari. Right here. This opening verse right here. Again, Mizmor LeDavid, Yahuwah, Shema Tifilati, Hazina illa tachanunai, be'emunateka eneni, be'sikateka, in thy tzedakah, in thy righteousness. Here, the Beit verse, the second verse here. Here, the first two verses, 1 to 2, is the plea, the opening plea. How do you plead? Is the opening plea for chesed, for mercy, for grace. And enter not, the Beit verse, second verse, and enter not into judgment with thy servant. For in thy sight, in the eyesight, in thy sight, shall no man living be justified. We'al tabo b'mishpata eta abdeka, ki lo yitzdak lefaneka, call high, call all high, all living, call high, for none, right? For none will be righteous or justified. Kilo yitzdak. None shall be tzaddik, yitzdak, lo yitzdak, lifaneka, in the eye's face, in the eye's presence, before the eye, call high, none living. none living. Enter not, and enter not into judgment. Va'al tavo v'mishpata et avdeka. Don't enter into judgment with avdeka, with the eye servant. Do not enter not into judgment. Ve'al tabo b'mishpat. Ve'al, and don't tabo. Don't enter into mishpat, in judgment, into judgment. Do not try me. Do not try I in thy capacity as ha shofet, as the judge of humanity, of mankind. Do not enter into judgment with al tabo mishpat et abdeka, with abdecha, with thy ebed, with thy servant. He acknowledges his insignificant. Here's what I to acknowledge I insignificance, lifnei, where he says, lifnei, before thy face, be justified, kilo yitzdaka lefaneka, before your face, in your presence. He and I acknowledges his and I insignificance, lifnei, right? Yahweh, before Jehovah's, his awesome, in the sight of his awesome majesty. Therefore, he says, for in thy sight, right? Thy sight is thy fanim, lifaneka, paneka, lipaneka, before thy face, before thy presence, in thy face, be justified. And nowhere reading this is for in thy presence before the eye shall no man living be justified, be righteous, be justified. Kilo yitzdak, to be justified. Lo, not yitzdak, for none justified lifaneka, in your face, before you. Call high, be righteous. This is righteous, justified in the technical sense of acquitted. None will be acquitted as innocent, right? As innocent. They say sometimes like a not guilty does not mean one is innocent. Because one is not guilty doesn't mean one is innocent, just means that the guilt has not been judged against them. So here, to be justified, right? Justified right here, the sadak, to be just, to be righteous, right? To be righteous, right? To be right in a moral or forensic sense, right? The technical sense of this Hebraically is the sense of, right, acquitted, right? Acquitted as innocent, right here. But notice what it says, no man living shall be justified. There's a midrash that teaches that he doesn't call any man holy. Yahweh doesn't call any man holy until they are laid in their grave. You know what I mean? In a sense, until like all is said and done, until the total sum. So it brings out the sense of the second part of the verse, Kilo Yitzdak, Lefaneka, call high, all living, all living. Now here, this brings us to the next section of Mizmor Kof Mim Gimel, Psalm 143, verses 3 to 4. He is overcome by persecution. Not just in persecution, but being overcome by persecution. Here, let's go to verse 3, the Gimel verse here. Right, let's bring this up to KJV. For the enemy hath persecuted my soul, my psyche. He hath smitten my life down to the ground. He hath made I to dwell in darkness and disillumination, no light, as those that have been long dead. Now, note from the previous verse about call high, all high, all living. Yes, I, Chai. Right? And then he says that the enemy has made him to dwell in disillumination, like those that have been what? Long dead. So right here, bringing out the Hebrew of this particular verse here, the Gimel verse. Kia radafa oyeba nafshi, dika la'aretza, chayaiti hoshevani, be machashakim, kemete olam, kemete olam. Here. Yes, for the enemy has persecuted, falsely prosecuted, right? My soul. Ki radaf, right? To follow, like to chase, like to chase down. As a sense of the pursuit, like to run. You know when they say run somebody, you running that person down, you ran him down, right? Literally, it's like to run them down, right? Both in the figurative sense and also in the literal sense. Ki radaf, for he having run down, pursued, persecuted, run after, oyeb, the oyev, right? The enemy, ki radaf, oyev, for the enemy, right? The hater, the oyeb, the hater, the adversary has persecuted, has run down nafshi, my nefesh, my soul, my psyche, my feeling, my thought, my mind, my active will, my sense of self, my psyche has persecuted, has run down. Ki radaf oyeb nafshi. Dika, Dika, Dika la'aretz, has Dika, smitten from Daka, has crushed, right? Bring it down here, has caused to crumble. In a transitive sense, Dika, when it says Dika la'aretz, has crushed for the earth, to the earth, Dika la'aretz, chayaiti, my high. Remember the previous verse was called high, all living. Here we have chayaiti, my life, right? Has crushed to the ground, has bruised, whether literally or figuratively, Dika from Daka, to crush, to cause to crumble. Dika la'aretza chayaiti, broken pieces my life, my liberty, down to the ground. The word here is eretz, to the land, to the earth. Has crushed to the earth. He has made me to dwell, made I to dwell in darkness. Hoshivani has caused me to yashab, to sit. Literally, yashab is to sit, right? Bring it down to Strong's. To sit down, properly to sit down. Specifically as a judge, has ambushed, caused me to sit down, caused me to dwell, has ambushed ambushed me. Hoshib Hoshabani, right? Be machshakim, into the into machshak. Machshak, what is machshak? Machshak is like a unenlightened place, a dark place, secrecy, right? A hidden place, almost likened to a grave, into darkness, a disenlightened place, right? Machshak from chakshak, to grow, to become dim, without light, have made me to dwell in darkness. Hoshevani be machshakim. Actually, machshak, singular, machshakim, in like dark places, disilluminated, different situations where there's like no light, misty morning, can see no sun, there's no enlightenment, as those that have been, right, kemete olam, as the ones who have been dead for forever, right? Dead, K mete, 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 the moot, those who are moot, right? Who are deaded on, right? The moot, mete, right? The dead ones, olam, olam, the dead ones of the world, right? The dead ones of time indefinite, the dead ones of forever, right? K mete olam. So in this section here, he is overcome, being overcome by persecution, false persecution in the machshakim, b'machshakim, in the disillumined places, the dark places, as we have in Psalm 88, round about verse 7, verse 6, verse 7, the darkness of Sheol, of the nether world. This is a metaphor, Hebraic metaphor for the gloom, the gloominess of the down press. When you've been down pressed, it could be a sunny day, but you still perceive there's a disenlightenment, an illusion of confinement in a dungeon. You're in tight, constricted situation, like in hell, right on earth, so to speak, the Sheol sense, as the Kemete Olam, as the ones long dead. The sense of long right here is the Olam. Olam is a long duration, antiquity, futurity. The thing about the forever, forever can be forever past, it can be forever present or forever future. The word olam literally means like world in a sense, but it also has a sense of time, of long duration. It's the word often translated as everlasting, eternal, unending, right? But as you can see down here in Strong's definition, olam properly means something concealed. It's like the furthest vanishing point. Generally, it means time out of mind. So the olam, to say forever, can be forever past or forever future, but it's time indefinite. It's like time indefinite. Kumete olam, as those have who have been dead for a time indefinite. It's almost like they've been forever dead, right? They've been dead for an eternity, as completely forgotten. The last four words of this verse in Hebrew occur in a different order in Lamentations chapter 3, verse 6, right? The last four words. That means these words here. Hoshevani, Hoshevani, B'mach Shakim, K'mete Olam, causing me to sit, right, in darknesses as the forever dead, right, as the forever dead. Lamentation, Aicha, chapter 3, verse 6, here bringing us here to the Dalet verse, right, the third and fourth verses, being overcome by persecution, being run down, being overcome by being run down. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within I is desolate, is desolate. Here, 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 here. Wa tita tefa alai ruchi. Wa tita tit at f. Tit at f. Wa tit at f. Tit at f. Overwhelmed from ataf. Tit at f. Interesting. The tit at f is the heat pa'el sense, like faint, right? Faint, right? Fainting away, right? To be shrouded. But a sense is like shrouded over. Watitat f, like shrouded over, alai, upon I, clothed over, shrouded over, upon I, ruchi, ruchi. Ruach is spirit, ruchi, ruchi is my spirit. Watitat efa alaya ruchi, bringing out the sense of my spirit fainteth, fainteth, like clothing over my spirit. Therefore, the sense of my spirit fainteth, right? Fainteth within me, but really the senses are lie. Upon I, ruchi, upon I, my spirit fainteth, like on I, my spirit fainteth. Watitat efa alaya ruchi, My heart within me is desolate. Be toki, talk. The midst, be toki, in the midst of me, ani, be toki, yisha tomain, yish tomain, libi, yish tomain, shamain, yish tomain, in the Hita Pa'el sense. The Heat Pa'el sense. Let's see if we can bring up the Heat Pa'el. See the Heat Pa'el? Heat Polel right here. Is the cause to be desolate, to be appalled, to be appalled. My heart within me is appalled, is astounded, cause oneself desolation. My heart is causing me desolation, is causing oneself ruin, right? One's heart. From the Strong's root right here, shamaim is like to stun, to grow numb. My heart has grown numb. That is to say, in a figurative sense, is devastated. My heart is stupefied. My mind is shocked, like a mental state of shock, right? Both usually in a passive sense, but it can be an active sense right here. So in this verse right here, what do we have? The heart being numbed, benumbed, right? Bitoki, bitokia yishtomain libi. My heart is appalled, is benumbed by pain, right? You know, so much pain that you get numb to, right? Numb by pain and by worry, so that it fails my heart to say euphemistically my mind is not functioning normally because of the stress and distress. Watita tef alai rochi bitoki yayish tomeim libi. And here, this bringing it to the next two verse section right here, to the fifth and the sixth verse, the hey, right, and the wow, the va verse. This section is the recollection of Yahweh's mercies. Here we have the recollection, recalling to mind Jehovah's his mercies. I remember the days of old. I meditate, I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the work of thy hands. I remember the days of the Kedem, the Kedem. I remember the days of old. I remember the days of the Kedem. Zakarti, Yamim Kedem. Zakarti. I remember, I Zakar. I call to mind, I remember, Zakarti. I have remembered, Zakarti, Yamim, the days, Yamim, Mi Kedem, Yamim Mi Kedem, Yamim Mi Kedem, the days from the Kedem, the days from the Kedem, from the antiquity, from the first time, the days of the first time, Zakarti, Yamim Mi Kedem. I meditate on all thy works. Hagiti bikola pa'oleka. Hagiti. I haga. Haga is to meditate. Hagiti. I meditate, I moan, I groan, I utter, I muse, I mutter, right? I speak. It has a sense of to murmur, right? The Haga sense. In Hagiti, I have meditated, right? I have murmured. In pleasure and anger, I ponder, I meditate. Hagiti, Bikol, in all pa'oleka, Bechol pa'oleka. I meditate on all thy doings, thy works, on all thy works. Thy doing, the work of thy hands. I muse on the what? The work of thy hands. Now it's interesting here because notice in the second phrase, Hagiti bikola pa'oleka from Pa'al. Remember Pa'al? Pa'al, here we have the Poel po'al sense, the work, the deed, the work, the deed, po'al. But we get to the root of pa'al, right? Pa'al, to do, to make, right? In a systematic way, habitual way, right? A practice way. So as I remember the days from the Kedem, from the first time, I also meditate, I muse, right? I meditate on all thy doings, that which you do because you do, that which he does, practice systemically, habitually, the works that Yahweh does habitually. And then it says, I muse on the work of thy hands. Be ma'aseh yadeka. Be ma'aseh yadeka. A socheah. A socheah. A socheah. A socheah. 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 Now, notice there's a different word. Meditate is not the same word as muse, right? I muse. Siach. Siach. A socheach. I am siach. Siach. Siach means like he put forth, he meditated, he mused, he pondered, he conversed. You see, the sense of it is to converse with oneself, and hence aloud. Converse with oneself, hence aloud, different than the Haggah sense. Haggah can mean like to murmur, to mutter, almost like when you talk to yourself under your breath. But this right here is a pondering, right? The siyach sense, in the sense of I siyach, socheach, socheach. I converse with myself, hence aloud. Socheach, right? I utter, I ponder, right? And then we have a different word for work. On all thy works, right? The po'al. And here it says, I muse on the ma'aseh, 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 the ma'aseh, yadeka. The ma'aseh work, right, is like the manifestation, the action work. So it's like two different kind of work and two different kind of meditations right here. So we have thy doing and the work of thy hands. Thy doing, pa'oleka, and the ma'aseh yadeka. Ma'aseh, the work of yadeka, of thy hands. And the meditation, right, on all your habitual doings, right? And then I muse on those works of your hands, those special manifestation of the divine providence provida. This is similar to what we have in Psalm 92. In Psalm 92, round about verse 5, verse 4, verse 5, speaking of the manifestations of Yahweh Yireh, Jehovah Jireh, of the divine providence right here, bringing it to the wow, the va verse in this section, verses 5 and 6, recollection on Yahweh's mercies. I stretch forth my hands. I stretch forth my hands. I stretch forth my hands to thee, my soul, my psyche, after the eye, as a thirsty land. Selah. Perasti yadai eleika. I stretch forth, perasti. I have stretched forth, I've spread forth, parasti, right? I've stretched forth, yadai, my hands, eleika, to the eye, male, and none other. My soul, nafshi, my psyche, nafshi, ka'eretza, ayefa, leka, selah. My soul is like land, is like a land that thirsteth. So the translation here is somewhat, when it says my soul after thee, what it says literally is my soul is like a land, right? Ayefa is like a ayefa, ayefa, is she, because the land in the sense of she, and the soul is she. Nafshi, my soul, ka eretz ayefa, is like a faint, a weary land, is like a thirsty land, a land that ayef, that faints. So my soul is like a land that faints. More correctly, it should be my soul as a thirsty land to the eye, for the eye. Nafshia ka eretza ayefa leka selah, 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 right? The selah here is the intermezzo, is like the pause, like almost like to the bridge in a sense, right? Like a musical interlude, a suspension, also a suspension of music, or it could be a suspension of the verse. With music, it's a suspension of the verse, like to the bridge, right? With music by itself, it can also be a suspension of music, like a pause, like let's meditate on that right there. So here's the first part right here, the last verse in the first part, right? The last verse in this verse part. Now, this kind of overlaps, right? This overlaps, right? This comes to like an overlapping part here, right? Spread forth my hands in an appeal. Parasti yadai leka. Parasti yadai leka. Stretch forth my hands to the eye and appeal. As a weary land in Psalm 63, round about the second verse, the soul again is likened to like a thirsty land, a weary land. Parasti yadai eleka. Nafshia keretza ayefa leka. Selah. So here, the Selah pause right here, bringing us now to the second part, right? Remember, the second part has a lot of quotations from elsewhere in the scripture. So we have this right here, the Zane verse 7 right here. Mahira eneni Yahuwah kalata ruchi ala tastira paneka mimeni we nima shaltia im your day bor. Hear me speedily, O Yahweh, my spirit ruchi faileth. Hide not thy face from I, lest I be like to them that go down into the pit. Or for I become like one of the goers down to the pit. Here begins off with mahir, speedily, mahir ineni, speedily answer I, mahir aneni, speedily answer I, Yahuwah, speedily answer I, right? Oh, Jehovah, right? So when you see here, the word here is from Anna, in Anani, Ani, answer Ani, Anani. Here's from Anna. Anna means to answer, to respond, to testify, to speak. Give me a shout out, or Yahuwah. But properly, the word Anna is related to the word Ein, the word for I. So it means to I, right? To heed, to pay attention. The implication is if you're eyeing this, you will respond, begin to speak, right? To sing, shout, testify, announce. The context here is answer I speedily. Speedily answer I, Mahir Aneni Yahuwah. My spirit faileth my spirit. Kalta ruchi. Kalta, from kala. Kala means to accomplish. It is said, some say that when Yeshua on the cross, he said it's finished. Some say in the Hebrew, kala, it is finished. Kalta ruchi, my spirit is finished, right? My spirit is ended, is finished, right? Is completed, is completed. It's complete to say it's finished or it's come to an end, right? Ruchi. But the context is like to fail, right? Kalta ruchi. My spirit faileth. Right? So to answer me speedily, we have this from Psalm 69, right about verse 18, verse 17, 18. My spirit faileth. Kalta ruchi. Also from another psalm, from Psalm 84. Psalm 84, the third, the second, third verse, 84th Psalm. Kalta ruchi. Hide not thy face from me. Hide not al tastir. Al, don't tastir. Don't hide paneka. Don't hide your face. Mimeni. Mime ani. Mima ani. From ani. From I. Al tastir paneka. Mimeni. From I. This also is from Psalm 102, round about the third, second, and third verse, 102nd Psalm. Lest I become like those that go down into the pit. With Nimshalti, lest I resemble Nimshalti, lest I be like a parable, a likeness, a mashal. With Nimshalti, Aim your day bore, lest I become like, almost like with, like likened to, and with those, aim your day, with the descendants into the bore, aim your day vor, into the vor, the bore, the vortex. Lest I be like those that go down to the pit. We have this in Psalm 28, 28, the first verse, right there, here, to the chet verse, the eighth verse here. This section, verses 7 and 8, may Yahweh answer Tefillah, his prayer, Tefillati, I prayer. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk. For I lift up my soul, my psyche, my soul to thee. I. Hashma'ini, Hashma'ini, cause I to Shama, Shama, Hashma'ini, cause me to Shama, to hear. Hashma'ini, Ba Boker, Ba Bokera Hasadeka, in the Boker, Ba Boker, Ba Boker, in the Boker, in the dawning, Hasadeka, Hasdeka, the eyes chesed, cause me to hear, to shama, hashmi aini, hashmi'a ani, hashmi aini, ba boker, in the morning, hasadeka. We have this in Psalm 90, round about the 14th, 13th verse. For in thee do I trust, ki bika, in the eye, bika, ki bika, batachti, vatachti, I have confidence and surety in the eye. Cause me to know, hodi ani, cause me to yada, to know, hodi ani, hodaini, cause I to hear, hodaini yadarekzu, elek, cause me to slicha, to know, cause me to know. So we have the hashma'ani, cause me to hear, and the cause me to know, hodaini, cause me to yada, cause me to know, derekzu, cause me to know the way this, to know what this, the way this, the way. Derek zu Alek, for me to walk, that I will walk. Cause me to know the way that I will walk. Hold the Aini Derek zu Alek, that I should walk. For I lift up my soul. For I lift up my soul to the eye. For to the eye, ki eleka, for eleka, to the eye. Nasati, nasa, lift up, nasati, I have lifted up, ki aleka nasati, for to the I have lifted up, nafshi, my soul, my psyche, for to the I have lifted up my psyche. This here is based on Psalm 25, verse 1, verse 4. In Psalm 25, for I lift up my psyche, my soul to thee, I. So there, verses 7 and 8, may Yahweh answer to Philato and to his and I prayer. Here in the 8th verse, 8 to the Yod verse, the 9th to the 10th verse is the plea for deliverance. Right? Remember the second section here of today's daily psalm, 143, has numerous quotations, key words of power, key phrases and words of power. Here, the 8th verse, deliver me, deliver I, O Yahuwah, from mine enemies. I flee to the eye to hide me, to hide I with the eye. The Hebrew sense right there is hide I, hide me with thee. Hatzeleini, me oibai, Yahuwah, eleka kasiti. Hatzeleini, hatzil ani, hatzeleini. Deliver me in the Hebrews, natsal, right? In hatzeleini, from natsal, snatch me away, snatch me away, may oivai, from my oivai, from my enemies, from my haters, right? Snatch me from my oyeb, from my enemies, from those who hate on me, from my haters. Hatzaleini yamei oivai, Yahuwah, O Jehovah, Eleika, to the eye, Eleika, kisiti, Elecha, kisiti, Eleika, kisiti. Now, this brings it out very much better. Hide me with thee. Hide me, right? Have I hidden myself? To thee have I concealed. To thee, Aleka kasiti. To the I have concealed myself. So here in verse 9, the 8th verse, deliver me, Yahweh. First part, deliver me, O Yahweh, from my enemies. Hatzaleini me oibai, Yahweh. We find this in Psalm 59, round about the second verse. And the second part, I flee to thee to hide me more better, right? More better is with thee have I hidden myself. With the I have hidden myself. Eleka kasiti. Eleka, to the I, Eleka kasiti, have I concealed, have I hidden myself. The object being unexpressed. The object kasiti, I've hidden what? Concealed what? Eleka, to the I have concealed, I have hidden. The object being unexpressed. The Hebrew verb in this form has a reflexive meaning, like acting on oneself. Eleka kasiti. I have hidden what? I've hidden myself. As you have in Yechezkel, Ezekiel, chapter 31, verse 15, right? Verse 15. And what the writer, the utterer, I, is seeming to convey is, to thee I turned to hide myself for protection, guidance and protection. Hatzaleini me oibai, Yahuwah, eleka kasiti. Here, the 10th, the Yod verse, the 10th verse right here. 10th verse here. Teach me to do thy will, for thou, the I, my God, thy spirit good, Lead me, lead I in the land of uprightness. Lamdeni ala isota ritzoneka. Kiata Elohai. Rucheka tova. Tanachenia be'eretz mishor. Be'eretz mishor. Lead I to the land of uprightness. Teach me to do thy will. Teach me, right? Teach me to do thy will. Lam de ni. Lamed, lamed, ani. Lam de ni. Teach I la asot, to asot, to do. Ritzoneka, ritzoneka, ritzoneka. The eyes will that which is pleasing, right? That which is pleasing to the eye, the ratzon, thy pleasure, thy favor, thy goodwill. Teach me, lamad, lamad me, lamdeni. Cause me to learn me, teach me to do. La is salt, right? To do thy will, for thou, my God, Elohai. Ki ata, for the I, Elohai, Elohai, my Elohim, my almighty power. Ki ata, Elohai, ki ata, Elohai, ki ata, Elohai. Thy spirit is good. Rucheka, Rucheka Tova, Rucheka Toba, Rucheka Tova. Thy spirit is good, thy good spirit. The graciousness of Ha'el toward his creatures. Thy spirit is good. Rucheka Toba, thy good spirit. Lead me to land of uprightness. May thy good spirit lead me in an even land. May thy good spirit lead me in an even land. Rucheka toba tanacheni be'eretz mishor. In an even land. Be'eretz mishor. A land of uprightness. Mishor from Yashar. A level. Help me to level up into a level land, a good land, a land of levelness. The phrase that occurs as a geographical term in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 43. For level country, a level country is unobstructed by hills, a level country, unobstructed by hills. Here it is a figurative of conditions freed from peril and hardships, freed from peril and hardship. More on this right here in Psalm 26, round about the 12th, 11th, the 12th verse, right here. Now, here, bringing it to the fulfillment, the Yod Aleph and the Yod Beit, the 11th and 12th verses right here, the 11th and 12th here for the 11th verse, the Yod Aleph. Quicken me, quicken me, O Yahweh, for thy name's sake, for thy righteousness' sake. Bring my soul, bring my psyche out of trouble. Lima'ana shimka Yahuwah te chayeni be'tzidakateka totzi miyatzara nafshi totzi miyatzara nafshi. Bring my soul out of tsara, out of straits, distress, trouble, right? Out of tightness, right? Like anxiety, my psyche. Bring my psyche, my soul out of anxiety. Quicken me. The opening part, quicken me. There's something that is not really, the order of words is strange here. And from the Hebrew, it's more like, for thy name's sake. Le ma'an shimka. Le ma'an shimka. right? Lima'an shimka. So the order of the words is different than what we have here. It says, for the sake of, for thy name's sake, lima'an shimka. For thy name's sake, or for the sake of thy name, Yahweh, O Jehovah, Tichayeni, Tichayeni. Tichayeni means give me life, liven me up. Tichayeni, give me chai is life. Tichaye, tichai ani, tichayeni, tichayeni. Cause me to lively up, quicken me, cause me to live, almost and to revive me. My living me, live in me, in a sense, to give me life. Lima'ana shimka Yahuwah techayeni. Be tzidkateka totzi, in thy righteousness. Remember in the beginning of the psalm, speaking about the first verse, right? Thy righteousness, right? Be tzidkateka, not in my righteousness, but in thy tzedakah, right? In thy charity, in thy righteous giving. Be sidkateka, in the eyes sadaka. Be sidkateka. That's this word right here, y'all. Be sidkateka totsi, cause to exodus, cause to come out, cause to exodus, totsi, me from Sarah, from trouble. Totsia mia Sarah, cause to come out from trouble, to exit from trouble, from anxiety. Nafshi, my psyche, my soul. Right there. That verse right there. Beautiful verse right there. Notice the connection of all living. Remember, said that all living and liven me up here. Techayeni, right? Give me life, quicken I, right here. Lima'ana shimka Yahuwah techayeni. Be tzidkateka totzi mitzara nafshi. Here to the final verse, Yod Beit verse here. Yud Vet, Yod Beit verse. Here, the 12th verse. And of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies, and destroy all them that afflict my soul, that afflict my psyche. For I, thy servant, uvahas ubehasedeka, chasdeka, in thy chesed, in thy mercy, in thy chesed, in thy goodness, thy loving kindness, in thy chesed, right? Uva chasteka tatzmit, samat. Samat means to put an end, to exterminate, to destroy. Here the tatzmit, destroy. Tatzmita oibai, destroy my haters. Put to end, exterminate. The sense says extirpate, right? To exterminate, extirpate, to cut off, but it's stronger than cut off. Ubehasteka, in your chesed, in your loving kindness, tatzmit, exterminate, cut off, oivai, my haters. With ha abadta, where ha badta kolas orarai, nafshi, ki ani abdeka, and destroy, right? Abad, where ha abadta, and you have destroyed, and you destroy because you have destroyed, cause them to be lost, cause them to be astray, cause them to wander. Abad, right? Where abadta. This is linked with the word in Revelation when it says abadon, abad, right? Avad, to wander away, to lose oneself. Where habata, cause them to lose themselves. Call us sorerai, call sorerai, sorerai. All those who sarah, who bind, who narrow, who stress, distress, right? All those who are hostile, who try to cramp, who are adversaries, the word cramp, who try to cramp, literally, figuratively, transitively, intransitively, all the crampers. Wehabata, call us orai nafshi, all the crampers of my soul, all those who afflict, who seek to cramp nafshi, who seek to cramp my soul, who seek to cramp my psyche. Why? He ends right here with Ki ani, for I, Abdeka. Ki ani Abdeka, for I am thy Ebed. I'm thy servant. I'm thy subject, thy worshiper. I'm thy servant, right? Ki ani Abdeka. And this here is the confidence in Yahweh's response. These last two verses, right? The confidence, right? The confidence, as we say, the confidence in the victory, right? Even the victory of good over evil. The confidence right here. For I am thy servant. I serve the I, and I am worthy of a fate, a destiny different from that of the wicked, from that of the righteous. An alternative explanation is, I am devoted to thy cause. Ki, for, ani, I, abdeka, thy servant. Kiani abdeka. I am devoted to thy cause. And were I to succumb to these evil men and people, that cause would be compromised in the eyes of my contemporaries. For I am. Do all of this. Hear my prayer right here. Kiani abdeka. For I am thy servant. I am thy slave. I am thy servant. I am thy worshiper. So right here. Today's daily psalm, according to the royal order, right here. Yes, I, Rastafari.
Psalm 143. Hear my prayer, O Lord, give ear to my supplications. In thy faithfulness answer me, and in thy righteousness. And enter not into judgment with thy servant. For in thy sight shall no man living be justified. For the enemy hath persecuted my soul. He hath smitten my life down to the ground. He hath made me to dwell in darkness, as those that have been long dead. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the work of thy hands. I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth after thee, as a thirsty land. Selah. Hear me speedily, O Lord. My spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Deliver me, O Lord, from mine enemies. I flee unto thee to hide me. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. Thy spirit is good. Lead me into the land of uprightness. Quicken me, O Lord, for thy name's sake. For thy righteousness' sake, bring my soul out of trouble. And of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies, and destroy all them that afflict my soul. For I am thy servant, 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 thy servant.
Look how long I and I down in a Babylon.
Yes. Shavua Tov, right there. Hopefully we'll pick up in the Shavua and the reasonments on some more of this Torah reading and feeding. Have a good strong. Here the Sabbath Seal Psalm, first day Psalm, Sabbath Seal 144, right here, double the Nazarene.
Psalm 144. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield, and he in whom I trust, who subdueth my people under me. Lord, what is man that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man that thou makest account of him? Man is like to vanity. His days are as a shadow that passeth away. Bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I will sing a new song unto thee, O God. Upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood, that our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace, that our garners may be full, affording all manner of store, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets, that our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in nor going out, that there be no complaining in our streets. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose God is the Lord.
Yes. Blessed first day here. First day evening Psalm 24. Have a blessed Shavua Tov.
Psalm 24. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. Selah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah, 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 Selah,
מזמור כ"ד לדוד מזמור. לאדוני הארץ ומלואה, תבל ויושבבה. כי הוא על ימים יסדה, ועל נהרות יכונניה. מי יעלה בהר אדוני, ומי יקום במקום קודשו? נקי כפיים ובר לבב, אשר לא נשא לשווא נפשי, ולא נשבע למרמה. יישא ברכה מאת אדוני, וצדקה מאלוהי ישעו. זה דור דורשיו, מבקשי פניך יעקב סלע. שאו שערים ראשיכם, והינשאו פתחי עולם, ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני עזוז וגיבור, אדוני גיבור מלחמה. שאו שערים ראשיכם, ושאו פתחי עולם, ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי הוא זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני צבאות, הוא מלך הכבוד סלע.
לדוד מזמור, לאדוני הארץ ומלואה, תבל ויושבבה, כי הוא על ימים יסדה, ועל נהרות יכונניה. מי יעלה בהר אדוני, מי יקום במקום קודשו? נקי כפיים ובר לבב, אשר לא נשא לשווא נפשי, ולא נשבע למרמה. יישא ברכה מאת אדוני, וצדקה אלוהי ישעו. זה דור דורשיו, מבקשי פניך יעקב סלע. שאו שערים ראשיכם, ינשאו פתחי עולם, ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני עזוז וגיבור, אדוני גיבור מלחמה. שאו שערים ראשיכם, ושאו פתחי עולם, ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני צבאות, הוא מלך הכבוד סלע.
Yes. Shavua Tov. Hopefully, good Shavua to come. Yahweh, truth and life, brothers and sisters. Been difficult on the podcast over the last Shavua, so a week or so, but we're pushing through right here. Just like to share some of the tunes here. Don't have all the tunes available, but on the outro right here, Queen Makeda with the clean hands. That psalm right there, Psalm 24, right here. Be blessed and highly favored by Shem Yeshua. Hallelujah. Give thanks and praise, y'all. Thank you for joining I fellowshipping right here on the Id and the Irid. Also those who support the ministry as well, with the gifts and donations, and also, who share it with others as well. Here. Feel free to download as well and chop it up, share it out. Here, Queen Makeda, Clean Hands on Psalm 24 right here for the outro. Yes,
He Who can ascend to his holy mountain? He who has clean hands and a pure heart. Neki kapayim uvar levav. Neki kapayim uvar levav. He who has clean hands and a pure heart. He who has clean hands and a pure heart. Hey. Lo Yahweh haaretz umiloah tefer veyoshvei ba ki hu al yamim yishana be'al harot yechoneneha miya'ale behar ya hey neki kapayim uvar levav. Neki kapayim uvar levav. He who has clean hands and a pure heart. Hey, he who has clean hands and a pure heart. Who can ascend to his holy mountain? Who can stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart. Who can ascend to his holy mountain? Who can stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart. Neki kapayim uvar levav. Neki kapayim uvar levav. He who has clean hands and a pure heart. Hey, he who has clean hands and a pure heart. Who can ascend to his holy mountain? Who can stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart. Who can ascend to his holy mountain? Who can stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart.
Yes. Give thanks, Sister Sharon. Give thanks, Brother David. Give thanks, brothers and sisters. Yes, I. Keep ascending. Clean hands, pure heart, Bashem Yeshua. Hallelujah. Baruch Hashem. Yes, I. Be blessed and highly favored. Blessed and guided, and you're going forward. You're coming in, even from this time forward and forever. Bashem Yeshua. Yes, I. Rastafari. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes, I. Rastafari. I. Shavua Tov.